Hey guys, how's it going? Hopefully you guys are able to connect to the stream here. Hopefully you guys can hear that. Okay. Okay guys, so today what we're going to be doing is some vibe coding. Working on a couple features for a telematics video product. And also working on some features for the agents, digital employees product. So here you can see, this is the telematics video product here. And we're working on a few different features. So we've got the device toggle here, and this is a staging server. So we're going to be preparing some of these features on the staging server and getting them ready to deploy to production. So this is a device name toggle that shows the device name here on the map. This is actually a Three.js overlay on top of Google Maps. So if anyone is familiar with Three.js, please leave a comment, and I'll tell you Three.js Google Maps. So this is the technology here, Three.js. So you can see if I zoom in on this map here, it's actually a 3D map. So what's interesting about this map is callouts. There's no native callout like you would have on Google Maps. So when I want to display information over the marker, it's not easy to do that on Three.js. So we built this toggle to do that, and we're gonna use AI to help us understand how we made these edits. Then we're also gonna be looking at this media dialog feature here. So let's pull up this feature for you guys here. It's interesting, but sometimes interesting. No, let's go to oh, I think it's because we're using the old base URL. Interesting. Let's go to reports real quick. Critical events. Just want to show you guys the media. Okay, here we go. So we're also going to be deploying this feature here. So this is a new media player, and this product is a camera, a dash camera on the vehicle. So they call it an event camera or an AI dash camera. So it does a lot of cool AI edge stuff, like ADAS forward collision warning, lane departure warning. If you're following too close, these were all of these events will trigger the camera or trigger an event on the camera. And then there's also basic events using an accelerometer, so things like hard brake, acceleration, hard turn, stuff like that. So I can also expand this, and look at the videos like this, play them all. Now this is another overlay. So this is actually an iframe coming from one of our partners. And I can't, right now I'm not able to play this video along with these MP4s. So these are MP4s that are getting served over AWS S3. I believe they're using a content delivery network, a CDN. But anyway, so this feature is pretty much done. All we really need to do is fix some of the styling here. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just take a screenshot of this dialog window here. And you know, I know that Claude Sonnet is pretty good at styling. So I'm probably going to use Claude Sonnet to do this. Let's see. Just bear with me 1 second. Actually. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is take that image. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to open up a new chat here, and I'm gonna paste in this image, and I'm gonna say, can you, and I'm gonna use speech to text here. So this is Claude Sonnet 4, and really, I'll give you just my short description of each of the models and what I think they're good at and what they're not good at. And hold on, let me kind of fish a little lobster here. But first, let me fill my fish barrel and then start AFK fishing some lobster there. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do here is paste this image in of this media dialog window, and I'm going to use speech to text, and I'm going to say, can you identify what is wrong with the styling in this image and let me know and fix the styling for me? Okay. Cool. Cool, so it identified the media dialog in this file. Actually, in this code, there's a few different sections where we have this media dialog in the reports section. We also have it in the trips or the breadcrumb section. So if I come here and click a trip, let's see if we can get a trip that has an event. Okay. So we also have the media dialog window here. So it looks like it did find the component in report.tsx. It identified some issues. Looks like it already made some styling changes. Let's see here. Yep, looks like it made some styling changes. And let me go ahead and I'm gonna just maximize this window here for a second. Cool. So I can see that it's still making edits here. Cool. So guys, anyone that's joining, we're going to be building Blue Cactus AI, which is a voice agent company, live together with you guys, and also working on some telematics video safety stuff. So happy to have you guys joining with me here. This project is deployed on AWS using Docker images. The project builds in GitHub Actions. Can you look for any other instances of this media dialog window? I believe it's on the mapping native component and also on the footage page. So guys, I'm using VS Code right now. And these are all the different models that are available. So I mean, my opinion of the models so far, I think GPT-5 definitely has the highest intelligence. If you have a complicated issue that you need to patch, GPT-5 seems to have the most intelligence and can go the deepest. But it seems to not be the best at a modular architecture. Seems to kind of play whack-a-mole a bit and keep creating larger and larger files. Gemini 2.5 Pro seems to be the best at architecture. So there are times when I'm using Claude Sonnet 4 or GPT-5, and I'm able to solve my problems and get to the solution, but the code is messy. And that's when I'll switch over to using Gemini 2.5 Pro to help me with the architecture. Now, if it's a more complicated problem, I try to use the reasoning models that have bigger context windows. If it's a less complicated problem, I try to use the mini models. What I've noticed about Claude Sonnet 4 is that it's good at building utilities and using tools. It is kind of very precise. So like, for instance, if I needed to just push some code using Git or check my Git status, or run a bash file with a specific flag, it seems to kind of do that accurately. What I've noticed about GPT-5 is it gets very verbose very quickly, but it's very intelligent. So, you know, Claude Sonnet 4 seems to be very good at kind of grepping the full code base and moving around the code base. And most of the time I'm using Sonnet 4, but there have been instances where it got too complicated for Sonnet 4, and I switched to GPT, and it's able to patch it. So anyways, that's kind of my high-level opinion of the models so far. Cool. So video playback. Okay, so it did modify this file, which this is. Okay, this This is gotcha. Back footage. Okay. So now what I'm going to say is, can you check git status in all of the directories that we made changes and commit them with a commit message that has a few words? I'm going to say there may be some untracked files or old edits that we have not commit. Only commit the changes that we've made to fix the media dialogue styling. Okay, let's let it do its thing. So guys, I'm using VS Code right now. But I know a lot of people are using Cursor or Codex or Claude Code. I haven't made that transition yet. I've been pretty satisfied with using VS Code. Has been pretty good to me. And also I just use GPT-5. I am paying for both subscriptions, so I think GPT-5 is about $20. I need to double check that. And then GitHub Copilot's about $10. So let me go ahead and check the status here on Next.ts. So you can see, so I actually need to come and clean up. You know, I've been working on this project for a few years now. Every now and then I'll make some changes locally or add a file that I decide not to push or commit. So I kind of have some of these files straggling here. Usually when I make a push to Git, I only add the files that I've changed. So let's see, we're gonna run a diff to see what the diff is in report.tsx here versus what that file looks like in the cloud. And this should just include the changes that we just made. So looks like Claude Sonnet's just confirming that. Okay, let's check the diff again. Okay, video playback. Now, what did we change in globals.css? That's did we edit global.css? Might just be checking what the diff is. Kind of interesting why it's checking the diff on that. Okay, now it's adding. I'm gonna just ask it, what changes do we make to globals.css? So it's interesting. It's using CSS to handle this media dialogue window or overlay, whatever you want to call it. This project's using Tailwind, so I just want to ask, do we need to do this with CSS, or can we do it with Tailwind? to make sure we're AFK fishing those lobster boys. Okay. Okay, so interesting. So this project is using Tailwind, and Sonnet 4 decided to add a globals or some CSS into globals.css. So what I'm doing is I'm letting it know we want to instead use Tailwind to do this. So guys, again, anyone that's joining, we're working on this media dialog window here. So we're working on some styling for this media dialog window. So let me come back to reports here, critical events, and let's run a report, guys. We're working on this, kind of fixing some of the styling in this media dialog window. So just trying to use Claude Sonnet 4 to fix some of the styling. And then we're also going to be working on our agents business, so building digital employees. So really on this channel, we're just doing some AFK lobster fishing in the background, and we're going to be building an agents startup together live, Blue Cactus AI, and also working on video safety and telematics products with you guys. So if you're joining the stream, thanks for joining. Happy to have you here. Okay, so let's come back here. Config for backdrop filter support. Okay, cool. Looks like Dungy said he loves the lobsters in the back. Thanks, Dungy. Gotta stay grinding. Nice. Okay, so it used Tailwind. So now what we're gonna do is commit our changes and push them to Git. So we're using GitHub Actions to build the code. And this project is deployed on AWS EKS. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and say, okay, great. Now let's check Git status and commit only the files that we changed, and make sure to use short commit messages. Okay, so one thing I noticed too, guys, about AI when it does do the Git commits is it usually makes huge commit messages. The huge commit messages are harder for me to interpret, but I know it's probably helpful for AI to have more description in the commit message, but that's just something I noticed while working with AI. Guys, these are all files I kind of need to clean up here. So it looks like it did identify only the files that we changed. So we're going to go ahead and stage these files. Interesting, it just ran 2 Git commands that I'm not familiar with. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now it's giving making the commit here. Nice. Just looking at the commit log here. Cool. Okay, great. So now I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, great. You can go ahead and push to origin. Nice, guys. So, get push origin speeding alerts. Cool. Cool, guys. So we just pushed to our branch speeding alerts. That's not the right name for this branch. It is the branch that we were on. We probably should have been more responsible and created a new branch with a new name. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and go to GitHub on the other screen here. We're going to merge that branch into the main branch. And then we're going to pull down that image from Docker on AWS EKS and deploy our image. And then we're going to go check the media dialog window and see if the styling changes worked. Come in here, authenticate. Okay. Check the pull request. And we're gonna merge this pull request. 4 files changed. Just kind of skim through this diff here. One cool thing about GitHub is you can also use AI or Copilot to review the PR, which is kind of cool, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit create pull request here. Okay, we can't carry any more fish, boys. We're going to the bank to go drop the lobsters. Okay, let's go ahead and bank these lobsters, boys. Boys and girls. Okay, so we're gonna deposit this. Nice. We just dropped off our lobsters at the bank. Coming back to drop the lobster cage back in the water here and then get back to work. Okay, so our GitHub Actions build, and we might be able, I won't open up GitHub Actions because it may have some sensitive info in there. But in our GitHub Actions build, we are actually, and let me see if I could show you without showing anything sensitive here. Okay, so just to give you guys an example, when we do push the code, the GitHub Actions file will build the project and try to identify any errors. And that's kind of a good quality check before we merge that new branch into main. So now I'm going to go ahead. It looks like there were no errors when building the new changes. So we're going to go and we're going to merge this pull request and merge that branch into main. And that's going to build a Docker image and push that image up to Docker Hub. So I'm going to go ahead and let AI know. Say, okay, great. We are merging that branch into main and building the Docker image. Then we will pull that Docker image on AWS EKS. Nice. Cool. So, Docker image is still building here. Okay. Let's make sure there's no issue with this Docker image building. Okay, looks like the image built. So what we're gonna do now, guys, is we're gonna delete the pod in this namespace. And then we're going to add that pod. Okay, so now we're going to apply this pod. Okay. And let's go ahead and see if our fixes worked here. So this has some strange behavior. Interesting. Oh, I think, so what's interesting is as the video's rendering, so I don't think I'm supposed to be using this base URL anymore. This kind of has a, it's like high up on the screen, right? It's doesn't, it's not, let's look on footage, see what it looks like here. Okay. So what we're going to do is our partner actually told me to change this base URL, and that's why we can't see. Sometimes what's happening is it's giving a not found error, which is kind of interesting. Do is let me go real quick. We're gonna see if we can we're gonna see, go to my email real quick. Okay, so what we're gonna do is everywhere in this project actually that has this base URL, we're about to change it to, interesting. to change it to this. Okay, cool. So let me go ahead and replace all of these. Before I actually do this, I'm going to take a screenshot. I mean, I kind of, when I eyeball these services, I know which services are changed, but what I'm going to do too is I'm going to make a new chat and say, oh, wait, no. Okay. Okay, we're going to replace these base URLs. So I'm going to say, I realized that this screenshot had the wrong base URL, but I'm going to say I just had to change all of these base URLs. Can you find the changes and commit them with a small commit message? No, see, we don't want all these changes. No, we don't want to commit all these changes. I only want to find the files where the base URL domain changed and then add those commits. Let's see, now I'm going to say, see, it's a little confused. I'm going to say, no, the base URL changed from this to this. Find what files we changed, and let's commit only those files, and then we can push to origin. So okay. Okay. So let's come back to here. Final files return, let's commit only those files. Then we can push to Oregon. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, cool. It's IS. Is it JS? Keep thinking it's JS, but it's IS. Okay, so let's check the diff. Can we check the diff before we add these or stage them? Okay, just kind of scrolling through here to make sure that there's no crazy diffs that we're adding. It's getting a little sloppy. Really, before next stream, I'm gonna clean some of this up. I got in a bad habit of making some changes to files that I didn't stage locally, didn't commit, didn't push to GitHub. And I just kind of let them straggle or just hang around. And so I got in a bad habit of making the changes I needed to make, only adding or staging those files and then committing them and pushing them. But it kind of got a little sloppy. So we're gonna check all these diffs here. Yes. And the reason why I'm updating this base URL, guys, is because what's happening is the hardware manufacturer for the camera, or the AI dash camera, prefixes a base URL to the MP4. So they change their base URL. And so what's happening is sometimes when I'm going to go review the videos or the events in the platform, they're not playing, and that's because I believe I'm using the wrong base URL. So we're committing these changes to add the new base URL, and then we're gonna push them to origin. I don't want to set the upstream flag. Just do git push origin branch name. Nice. Okay. So we pulled to we pushed to Next.ts, and we're pushing to the microservice accounts. This is Next.js, accounts is Nest.js node. Next.js is the front end. Okay, cool. Now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and merge these changes into main, or make sure they build without any errors and then merge into main. And then we're gonna push a Docker Hub and pull down the Docker Hub image. Okay. Okay, so okay, guys. While that's building, guys, I'm actually gonna show you guys one of the video safety. So on this channel, we're gonna be using AI to build Blue Cactus AI, which is a digital employees startup focused on voice agents and really business workflows, and using voice and chat agents to help optimize these business workflows. But we're also working on video AI safety. And this is this is a safety product that's part of the product that we were just looking at. Now what I'm about to show you is object detection. So here I'm using a model called YOLO, and interestingly enough, this model actually came out of the grandfather of AI's lab. That's my understanding, is two of the researchers that were really credited with kind of kicking off the latest AI movement. From what I understand, it was a model called YOLO. I think it had a different name before that, but anyways, it was an object detection model using deep neural net. And so I'm using YOLO v4 to do object detection on videos. Then what we do is so the camera records critical events, so things like turn, hard brake, accelerate, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, following too closely, and those events come into our platform, and then we're running them through YOLO V4, the video event, to do object detection on that event. Then we're taking those objects and any other context that we have around the event, and we're passing it to OpenAI. And so what we're asking OpenAI to do is to build a coaching report, right? So this was an example of a bad event. I'm going to get a better one on next stream. And one important thing with this product too is that events need to be accurate, right? Part of the problem is that sometimes these dash cameras, they have accelerometer in them, and gyrations or shock, or certain normal road conditions like potholes and things like this can sometimes trigger what we call false events. So part of the idea of using AI models to review these events is to help determine which events are accurate and which events are false. Now again, this is a bad example because the vehicle was standing still here and it was a panic button event. But what it would do would be identify any events in the scene. And you know what? I know I have a better one here. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Too much time if I can't find this. I'm actually gonna grab another one for you guys quickly. Yeah, so what we do is take the event, grab any objects that we detect during the event, put that into the transcript, and then ask AI to generate coaching questions for a driver. So the idea is to identify risky driving behavior of any sort, and then create dynamic coaching content for the driver. And let me, just gonna see if I can find something better for you guys to look at, just so you can understand, because this is on live stream. This is going to be one of the core things we're working on, guys, is video safety and digital employees. And really, these are the two biggest ideas that I'm most interested in. Get a quick event for you guys. All right, I just generated the coaching event, so it should come soon. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and merge these branches into main. So guys, those base URL changes that we made, and sorry, I know we're jumping around here, guys, a bit, just to catch anyone up that just joined. We're doing a few different things. We're working on the media dialog window, so let me come to that real quick. So we're working on this media dialog window here and trying to fix the styling. as we were working on this, I identified that there's this 404 not found error, which is interesting, but it looks like I need to make a change to the base URL. This base URL. I believe that's why this is having an issue. Which is interesting. But yeah, we're working on this styling, trying to fix this. Okay, here we go. So we're working on this styling, and Claude Sonnet didn't do a great job with this. Tried to improve it, but it's a little wonky now. So we're trying to fix that. While we were looking into that, I noticed this issue where videos weren't playing, and that made me remember that our partner wants us to change the base URL. So we changed the base URL, pushed that up to GitHub. Now we're waiting for that build the image and push to Docker Hub. And now we're about to apply that to the services. So it looks like it did. And just to show you guys, let's see. There is some sensitive info on the GitHub, so I'm not gonna show it yet. But this is an example of kind of what I'm looking at on the other screen here that you guys can't see. It's just GitHub Actions, right? So we just merged that base URL change into the main branch from Speeding Alerts branch into main, and now main is pushing an image up to Docker Hub. So now what we're gonna do is now we need to make sure actions completed successfully. All right. Okay, great. The images are now on Docker Hub. We need to delete the pod and apply the pod on those services now to pull down the new image. Okay. Guys, now this is the Kubernetes client, I think, this kubectl. It's a tool that we use to make all of these, to generate these commands. API, okay. Let's go. Now I'm pretty sure that this this service has 3 replicas. So like on this command here, I executed the command, and oh, I was a bit tempted to do Control-C there, but I didn't need to. Okay, now let's see if those pods Nice, so 45 seconds ago, the new accounts pods got generated. Okay, now let's delete these front-end pods. Cool. Guys, can't forget to fish these lobster, guys. We're at 69 fishing. I am going for something called the fish barrel. And we can talk about that more if someone's interested. Let's see. Okay, cool. So we just pulled both of these images to these services. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to inspect. We're gonna open up our network tab. We're going to we're gonna go to footage. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is actually the query that pulls down the information for this page. And here are some JSON objects. Okay, so let's so I'm still trying to understand. Okay, well that's interesting. If you notice, the base URL didn't change. So I'm gonna say sorry guys, I know this is not the most fun thing to be watching. But let's see. Look, the base URL is not updated in the request. So what I am gonna do is come back over here and we're gonna grab this. I'm gonna change the base URL here. Interesting. So why did this one? We're trying to understand why this one worked. It looks a little better, but let's try to understand why this is working and the other ones aren't. Wait, shit. Okay, oops. Okay, let's get that. Nice. Okay, so this one had a correct request URL, which is interesting. You see this, the base URL is updated here. And it played, it got a 302 found. And then you can tell our partner's using some type of CDN or a signed S3 URL that expires, it looks like. But let's come back to my device now. Clear this. So it did find it that time. Can't find the media. It shouldn't be. Interesting. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new request, and I'm gonna go move this camera later, and we can check back up on this on the next stream. Let's request footage for today. Let's see when the vehicle was moving. Let's go to map. Go my dash camera. Come to here. And let's generate the trips for today. Let's look at... okay, so we were moving around 2:53 p.m. So what I'm gonna do... let's go to footage, select this device today. We're gonna say 2:58 p.m. I'm gonna request 2 minutes. Cool, so this is queued for download. And when I go move the vehicle again, it'll pull that footage from the camera. And then we can review this footage. Let me go ahead and go to... go to reports, critical event report, and generate. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. So now we're back to this, guys. So the styling doesn't look great here. So what I'm going to do is actually go back to my... let's keep these changes. Let's see if we can go back to our last thread. Now, one thing about threads, guys, is and once we cross this path, we can discuss this more, but it's critical to know, when to continue using the context in a thread, when to trash the thread and start fresh. When one of the models is kind of hitting its head against the wall and you need to move to a different model, either in the same thread or a new thread. But right now I know that we were having some discussion about the modal or the media dialog window in this previous thread. And I know that there didn't seem to be any major confusion in the thread, or we weren't kind of in one of those paste a bug loop. So I'm kind of opening up that thread again, and now I'm going to paste in the image and let it know that the styling fixes we made to the dialog window don't look that good. Cool. Oh, Ruchi. Hey, Toxic. Okay, so it did seem to see the screenshot, and it made some changes. So let's go ahead and fill our fish barrel, boys, and keep fishing those lobsters. Okay. Okay, so it looks like it made some changes to reports. And it has a syntax issue. So guys, one thing also is when you're working with AI, it's critical to be using Git, because when it's okay to let the AI kind of run free, but if you can't go backwards, you can be in a world of trouble really fast. So let's see here. Let's restore. So, guys, if you're just joining now, we're working on a telematics video product. We're working on this media dialog window. It's for this product here. We're trying to prepare a few different features for production. So we have clustering here, where we're clustering pins. We have device labels here, where we're adding labels to 3JS. And we have a media dialog window. So let me come to critical events and go to kind of interesting. I know we just I think there's events on the 7th. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're also working on this. Now, before this had some bad styling, but we can see now that it's kind of coming off of the screen, right? So before you add these new changes, tell me exactly what you did. The media dialog window had bad styling before. It kind of is coming off of the top of the screen. It's not kind of, it is. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so it understands that the dialogue was appearing at the top of the screen. Hey guys, if you're just joining now, thanks for joining. We're working on telematics video safety products. So using object detection models to detect objects on dash camera video feeds. and then taking that transcript and building coaching questions for drivers. And we're also working on an AI agents business. So let me, so we're working on Blue Cactus AI, which is an AI agents business, specifically voice agents. So we can talk more about this, and I'll actually make a live call and let everyone hear the voice agent. But really trying to build very simple workflows for business. So things like outbound follow-up calls, lead discovery and prospecting, marketing qualified leads using the voice agent to reach out to any MQLs and schedule meetings. Also collections. So if companies are trying to collect money, they could use a voice agent to reach out to customers who are delinquent or past due. So guys, we'll actually make a live call here live, and also I want to show you, we're going to be refactoring an authentication service as well. So see if I can find that. So this is also we're going to be working on this, guys. So for Blue Cactus AI, I'll do a live test call and kind of show you guys what the current status of that product is. I was using the OpenAI chained architecture, and we're going to be refactoring that and using the new real-time API. So here's kind of agenda of what we'll be doing either later on this stream or next stream, depending on what time permits here. But so here are the goals of the stream, or the goals of the refactor of the authentication service. So we'll talk about JSON Web Tokens and Google OAuth and browser cookies and when and why to use each one. These are kind of the items that we'll be working on. And so guys, we're going to do this by vibe coding, and we're actually not going to be writing a single line of code for this. So that's kind of the agenda. Now back to VS Code. So I just asked Claude Sonnet for I had it describe what the exact styling issues were. Just sometimes I do a sanity check on the AI to understand if it, before it makes the changes, I want to make sure that it has comprehension of what the changes are. So what we're going to do here is, it does look like it understood some of the issues with the media dialog. So let's go back here and look at this media dialog window. So it's kind of above that, above the bookmark bar here, kind of hanging off the screen, and that's not good. So let's, I'm gonna ask it, okay, great. It seems like you understand what the issue is. Can you fix it? Nice. Hey guys, if you're in, please like and subscribe. Definitely helps. We're just chilling, vibe coding, doing a little bit of lobster fishing on old school RuneScape. We're gonna be grinding lobster, really trying to get to like the right level to fish shark and also sacred eels. And we're gonna be trying to disenchant those sacred eels into Zolra scales, I think, and then sell those on the open market. Now, so we're playing old school RuneScape in the background. One cool thing about RuneScape is the code is in Java and it has a really active open source community. So if you guys are interested, one of the things I might do on the stream is a vibe code, maybe, or try to do some vibe coding on a plugin for RuneLite. So there was a developer, I guess, a while ago that took the RuneScape game and deobfuscated the .jar files, I guess, because normally the .jar files, after they're compiled, the method names don't really have any meaning, right? So looks like a developer actually kind of, I can't pronounce this word, but deobfuscated those jar files and ended up building a open source client on top of the game, and it became so popular that Jagex, the developer that created RuneScape, really had to integrate that open source into the game. So RuneLite has kind of a very active open source community, and one thing we'll try to do is vibe code a plugin. Okay, so let's see what happened here. So here's what I'm talking about, where it makes this massive commit message. It's not that big of a deal. It's just harder if I need to go backwards and fix something. Kind of reading through these large commit messages can be difficult sometimes. But I'm gonna go ahead and let's commit this. Wait, get commit. This is not a Git repository. So right now I have all of these services inside of this directory, getparty.ai. And right now it's trying to run git add in this main parent directory that's actually not a Git repository. So I'm gonna say the main directory is not a Git repository, but the subdirectories are Git repositories. Cool. So now it knows, okay, I'm gonna go into next TS. And hey guys, thanks for joining. Feel free to put a message in chat. You know, I love to engage with anyone that's watching. Ooh. Wait, oops. Hold on. We only get to commit the files that we changed. So this is the problem with having a lot of files hanging around that we haven't staged and we haven't pushed and we haven't deleted. that we changed to fix the media dialog window, and I wasn't paying attention right there, so that wasn't good. We should be able to roll this commit back. There we go. So we're just resetting, doing a soft reset, and I'll explain what's the difference between a soft and a hard reset. Okay, so it's going to keep all the changes, which is good. So all these files that we haven't commit that we need to clean up, it's going to at least keep the changes but roll back to the previous commit so we don't have all these files in the commit. Okay, so did we run this? I think we ran that. Okay. Let's see, what's the git status now? Okay, that looks back to where we were. Now we're only adding the file that has the media dialog commit. But I'm also going to say, okay, we have the media dialog in more files than just reports. Did you check all instances of media dialog and fix the styling? Okay, guys. So guys, I got the fish barrel. I forget which mini game, Tempo Ross, I think, in RuneScape, to get, which there was pretty low chance of getting the fish barrel, and I was able to get it. So now when I fish lobster, I have some extra inventory space, so I just pop my lobsters into the fish barrel once my inventory's full. It's interesting. It looks like it did find, it read footage. It read video playback, which is the other file, but still it made changes to the reports file, but didn't make changes to the other files yet, but it wants me to go ahead and add these changes, which is fine. Let's see if it continues on after this, or after it commits this. And guys, this is Claude Sonnet 4. You know, one thing I noticed is that Claude Sonnet 4 can kind of navigate through a decent sized code base and make changes very precise without making any breaking changes. GPT-5 is great, and I think the intelligence is higher, and it's great at very highly complicated patches, but sometimes it's a bit overly verbose. But let's go ahead and commit this. Okay, so it's saying in the other sections it already had proper styling. Okay, you're sure all other instances of the media dialog had proper styling? Wait, why did it See, now it's kind of going a little crazy. Wait, these are not... Wait, the files you just changed are not media dialogue. What dialogue are you changing? Yeah, so it just made changes to a couple files. This get shareable link doesn't even have a media player in it. Yeah, look, it got carried away. Yes, revert those changes. Okay, did we already push all the commits? Okay. So... new pull request. Sorry guys, I'm on GitHub off stream here. Okay, yeah, we didn't push the commit yet. Yes, go ahead and push the commit. You have to push to origin. We haven't set the upstream yet. Okay, nice. We just pushed. Bear with me, guys. I don't, something happened to our... Sorry, guys, bear with me here. Let's put on... Let's go with lo-fi. Okay. Cool. Music's back on. And we're gonna go ahead and we push that commit. Let's merge it. Okay. So what's happening now, guys, is we're running a check. So this is CI/CD GitHub Actions, and right now we push this branch, and it's actually the GitHub Actions file is designed to build the project and see if we have any errors, and if we don't have errors, then we know that we're safe to merge it into main. Once it merges into main, then the GitHub Actions file will push that, build it into a Docker image. The Docker image gets pushed to Docker Hub, and then the image is deployed in AWS Elastic Kubernetes service in a namespace. And so this system has about 13 microservices. And so this workflow does take a minute to kind of deploy, and we may be able to improve this together a bit live. But let me come to action. So now I just went ahead and merged it into main, and now we can see so here you can see the speeding alerts branch. This build completed, so I knew it was safe, and now I merged it into the main branch, and that main branch is building and then pushing to Docker Hub. So once this is done, we will pull that image down into AWS EKS. Okay, it looks like my inventory is full with lobsters right now. Okay, cool. Just emptied our fish barrel. Hey guys, if you're just joining, thanks for joining. We're building telematics video safety products and an agent's business called Blue Cactus AI, and we're going to be doing it live together with you guys, vibe coding. So thanks for joining, guys. Okay, let's see if okay, nice, the Docker image pulled. I don't know why I do it like this. I delete it and then I apply it. I think actually Kubernetes, once the pod's deleted, it auto restarts it. We can check that. Cube CTL get pods namespace front end. Interesting. So Kubernetes didn't restart it. I think it's because I deleted the pod and not the deployment, I guess, or something. Okay, there's no pod. I need to apply it now. Cool. Okay. Okay, so now let's go to footage. Nice, this looks better. Look at that. Looks way better. Cool. Now, I bet you we could do this with AI. I don't want to go too crazy with changes because we do need to prepare these changes to deploy them to production. But it looks like we did improve this. Interesting, this video has audio, this one doesn't. Or I guess it does. Okay. Then back to sequential. Cool. So now let's check in reports. Well, that's not good. Immediately when I open up critical events, it opens up this screen. Now when we open up reports, we immediately see the dialog window before we even click on the media. See what it looks like in the breadcrumb. So I can't even exit out of it. It's kind of interesting. Okay. Okay, this one still looks like it's working okay. Just when I come to critical events, it pops this up immediately. It's definitely not supposed to be doing that. Guys, I'm gonna put on a little bit. I know this is relaxing, but let's try maybe see if this is too much here. These hype tracks. Okay, nice. Okay. Hey guys, we're merging again on GitHub here. Looks like it's some hidden open inline tailwind or something, or HTML. Okay, so okay, Docker image is still pushing here, guys. Hey guys, I'm gonna go grab a coffee and use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Mute the microphone. Hey guys, I'm back here. Okay, cool. Okay, now what we're gonna do. Okay, we merged the speeding branch into main and pushed the Docker image. Can you pull the new image? too intense here. No, we're using kubectl to do this. Can't we restart it or do like a rolling restart or something? Or what other options do we have? Okay, cool. I don't know. Okay. Didn't pull up this time when I went to reports. It didn't immediately pull up the dialog window. Nice. Cool, so this is looking a lot better. Cool. Okay. Nice. Okay, it's looking a lot better. I need to migrate these changes to a different cluster. Can you give me the exact code blocks we need to migrate and which files we need to implement them in? Can you give me the full code blocks that we need to add this new media dialog to the new production system? I know that I need to make changes in reports, footage, and the trips or breadcrumb section. So, guys, this is the staging server, and it runs in its own cluster. So one thing that I've kind of learned about vibe coding is it's amazing and it's great when you get things done, but sometimes it makes sweeping changes across many different files. And if you're working on a staging server and then having to kind of manually migrate those changes over to production, especially if you didn't do it manually yourself, it can be kind of difficult. So it's giving me the exact changes here. And what we'll have to do, and what I usually do, is kind of review the GitHub commits of all the latest changes, and then look through those commits. And the thing is too, is if you don't have all of your commits in a nice PR, and those commits are spread across many different PRs, plus it made all these sweeping changes across many different files, you know, that's when the migration over to the production system can get kind of tedious. You know, if anyone has ideas on that, I'm open to hearing them. Let's see here. Cool. Don't omit anything. Don't omit any of the code. Provide the full, complete code blocks to me so I can implement this media dialog into the production system that lives on another cluster. Okay, cool. So here are the complete code blocks. Nice. So what I'm gonna do is just grab these. I usually just paste them in Slack, just so I can have them. So let's see, file 3, file 2, file 1. Okay, let's grab this. Open up my Slack window. That's in footage.tsx. Then the second file is file 2, footage.tsx. This is report.tsx. So what I'm doing is just pasting these in code blocks in Slack so I have them for later. Report.tsx, so that's Okay, this is globals.css. And then here's another report.tsx. I'm gonna say, I think it's missing one code block actually. It's missing the code block right here. Where are we? Okay. And what about this page? First, let me finish up pasting all this. I pasted globals.css. Now I gotta grab this. This is report.tsx. Or is this tsx? Okay. Let's say. What about this? So here's another media dialog video player. It looks like it missed this. I'm gonna say. What about the code in this component? Did you not provide that? Gotcha, so it did miss one of the components. I think this code is in React, actually. So let's see, so this is a breadcrumb map. Getting all this code in Slack, guys, so I can migrate it later tonight offline. Copy that. Complete update video function, complete expanded video modal. Scrap that. And expand media. Complete expanded media modal. Okay. Okay, so these are actually window.expand media. It's kind of confusing because these look very similar. Okay. These methods, they're not exactly similar, but they look almost identical. Let's say these methods almost look identical. What's the difference between these methods and why are we using them? Could read through the code, but figure I'll just kind of grab that context, paste it in, and then ask the LLM without me kind of digging through that right now. So now it's summarizing the conversation, which is interesting. So sometimes what I've noticed is if the thread gets too long, or maybe the LLM is confused about what it should be doing, it will take some time to review the conversation history. Now, sometimes when you see this summarizing conversation history, depending on how complex the thread gets, that might be a signal that it's time to, not in this case, but it could be a signal that it's time to open a new thread and start fresh with no context, with fresh context. Yeah, so it gave me two versions, which is kind of interesting. So I needed the exact code block that I need to implement on production to migrate these changes. So when you give me duplicate methods like that, it's confusing on which one to implement. I know we're getting this into Slack here. Okay. Cool. So now let's review this again. Make sure everything's working as expected. Gotta figure out why this is having an issue. We'll figure it out. Just gonna get some fresh footage. So now we also need to deploy this. There's also another bug that I want to fix, but first I might just grab this code for this show device labels. So we need to, let me see. Thanks for joining, Zoxic. Legendary. So what we're gonna do is We also need to migrate this code. Can you provide the exact code that we need to migrate? So, guys, if you're just joining, we're working on telematics video safety. So we're building video safety products. So using object detection models to identify objects, and then building coaching reports, using that transcript to coach drivers and help them become safer and make the roads safer. So using LLM with object detection and other context to build these coaching courses. And then we're also building Blue Cactus AI, which is a digital employees business. And one of the items we'll be working on right now, we're working on the telematics video product, but either later today on this stream or tomorrow, we're going to be going through a refactor of the authentication service. So we're going to learn about Google OAuth, JSON Web Tokens, browser cookies, Redis, and a lot of other cool stuff. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm getting all the exact code that I need to migrate some features over to the production cluster. So one of the features that I'm getting the code for now is, and I know this is kind of boring, guys, but we're almost done here, is this feature to show these device labels here. So we got the device labels turning on and off. And the reason why this was difficult is because Google Maps has a native callout window, but we're using this 3D overlay that sits on top of Google Maps, and it does not have the same native callout. So we had to add this kind of custom overlay here. But anyways, let's see here. So we got this exact code. Okay. It's a decent amount of stuff here. Let's grab this. Go Slack. Grab this. Device table. Okay, then we got table, your focus out. Okay, now this is mapping native. Okay, guys, I think this is kind of boring here, so might wrap it up for today. But before I wrap it up, I'm going to let you guys know what we'll do on the next stream here. Yeah, so anyone who's still here, thanks for joining. So on today's stream, what we did was we worked on fixing the media dialog window. So when you click critical events, I'll show you here. We worked on this. We worked on an issue with base URLs that we're still investigating. My partner changed the base URL and it was causing some video rendering issues. So we're working on this feature. We're working on this device name toggle. And also we have a bug where when you scroll out, it's supposed to cluster these pins. But if you select one, the cluster's a little wonky. So gonna be working on that and media dialogue and clusters. And once we complete this, we still have some other feature items that we're going to be getting done on this telematics video project, and eventually working on more of a video safety focus. And we're also going to be refactoring the authentication service for Blue Cactus AI. So let me just show you kind of the agenda for that. So we'll be learning about Google OAuth, JSON Web Tokens, Redis, and sessions, and when to use JWT, when to use browser cookies. And we're going to completely refactor this service and vibe code it. So what it's going to do is do Google OAuth, check our database to see if that user exists or not. If it doesn't exist, we'll add that user. And hey, Zoxic, yeah, definitely gonna be streaming Classic WoW 100%. Classic WoW and old school RuneScape. So these are kind of, so we're gonna check Google OAuth. So a new user could authenticate with their Gmail. Then we're going to check our database to see if that user's in the database or not. If that user is not in the database, we're going to enter them into the database. We're going to get that active token. We're going to have a JWT access for API calls. And also managing sessions in Redis. So we'll kind of go through and using refresh tokens. So we'll go through all of this and vibe code it. And we're going to use really like industry best practices for authentication. So here's kind of more of a low level scope of what I just described. So again, thanks guys for joining. Really thanks for commenting and watching. Really looking forward to building Blue Cactus AI, digital employees, and building video safety products together with you guys. So thanks everyone. I'll see you on the next stream.